Welcome back to Completely Random, and my name is Karen. And since this video is going to post the day before Valentine's Day, I thought I would do a video of just 14 things that you could do for Valentine's Day for cheap or on a budget. And this is not like specific. You don't necessarily have to have a boyfriend, husband, fiance. You can do these items with your best friend or sister or whoever you wish to do that with. And let's be honest. I mean, Valentine's Day really is a corporate holiday. I mean, the card companies, they're making buku bucks. The chocolate companies, flowers especially, crazy money for this month. So we've all been instilled to believe that, we all need these things on Valentine's Day. We need the big bouquet of expensive flowers that are going to die within a few days. So we might as well just throw the 50 or 60 bucks right out the door. That we need the biggest box of, Godiva or Fannie Mae or, whatever expensive brand you wish. We need that, that big box of them that are 20 plus on up from there. And the cards, and when you go and look at cards, you're looking at like $4 or $5 for a card. I'd rather have the $5, I mean, yeah, I could probably buy a Starbucks, a small, for $5 and yeah, I could treat myself, because I rarely go and it would just be like a nice little treat. So I would rather have that. I mean, of course you can go to Dollar General and get a dollar card, but you get the gist of what I'm throwing down, So let's get started on the list. One, it's really just the small things in life that are really extra special and sweet. Like for instance, this year, I don't know if any of you have seen the video on Facebook, but Skittles came out with a love mix. And I love Skittles, and some of the flavors are kind of different. Like, I think it's supposed to be like watermelon, white grape, so yum berry, and kind of like those berry flavors anyway. And it's sold exclusively at Target, because I looked at a lot of places, and then I just kind of Googled it and was like, where can I buy this? So I don't know if Skittles and Target had an exclusive thing or not, but anyhow, if you're looking for it, Target's a place to go. And so I know that I'm getting a few bags of those for Valentine's Day. So that was a very inexpensive gift, but it's very heartfelt and thoughtful because it's like, oh, this mix is out. I'd really like to try it. So I would rather have that than the big, budget items. Another option would be check out your local wineries, because sometimes you can go, I know here locally, I can go downtown to a winery there. And, for $5 per person, you can do a wine tasting of up to 8 different wines. If you're a wine lover, that's a great way to go, because $10, you get an opportunity for each of you to taste 8 different wines. You can't go wrong. And then, of course, if you fall in love with a wine, one that you've never tasted, you can, of course, buy it right there. Or, getting back on the card topic, you can make your own card. It doesn't even have to be on a construction paper. We don't have to go total preschool or kindergarten here, but just some kind of heartfelt meaning, because it'll come from the heart. It'll be from you. It doesn't have to be some love sonnet or love poem or friendship poem or whatever you're doing. It doesn't have to be. Or you can also just make a heart-shaped ornament. I actually did this weekend, and it turned out being a lot of fun. I had a heart-shaped cookie cutter already. I already had paint and glue and some glitter, but I just went to the Dollar Tree, spent like a couple bucks on some glitter packets. So I didn't invest a lot of money in this. To make your own ornaments, all you really need is like 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of salt, 1 cup of water, and you mix the dough and you're good to go. You knead it, you roll it out, you cookie cutter, put a little thing for the string to go in, and it makes a perfect little ornament. And you get to design it and you just get carried away. I mean, it's great. I had couple glasses of wine and decorated some heart-shaped ornaments, and I had a blast doing it. Like the 5th option would be, you can always go to the library. I mean, the library is such a great source of not only information, but you can get CDs, you can rent DVDs from them. So if you really are on a super tight budget, go to the library. They have some new releases, and they have some old videos, and you can go in and you can rent those completely for free. So I love the library. If I want to read a book, I just borrow it from the library. I know that it seems weird, but I just cringe when someone buys a book brand new, because I love to read. I read often, and I read books and I think to myself, I don't really want to own it. I mean, it was a great read. And you know, after you've read a book, if you're going to read it 2 or 3 more times, and then would be the time to go ahead and treat yourself and buy that book. But people that just go out and buy these random books and they don't even know if they're going to love them, I mean, you're hoarding books and you're collecting them and you're wasting your money when the library is there for you. Okay, we'll move on because I feel like I'm getting on a library spiel here. But it really is just one of my favorite places. I've always just loved the library. Number 6 would be, there's always things on Netflix or Hulu, or if you really want a new release and you're looking for a movie and, you want to spend, I'm not even sure, I haven't been to Redbox for a while, $1.50 or whatever it is, you can get new releases on there. So that's another cheap option. And let's see, I wrote them down. I was old school. I wrote a list. Number 7 would just be do something quirky and like silly. Like White Castle offers that Valentine's Day dining. Or I think, one of my favorite fast food places is Arby's. Love it. And I went on their website and they send me little coupons and promotions all the time. And I got 2 can dine for $8.99. So, if you want to be corny like me and cheap, you can just be like, hey, Valentine, 2 can dine for $8.99. Go ahead. Feel free to use that line because that's a great line. Oh, yeah. We'll just move on now. Or number 8 could be like, go to the Goodwill and you could look for a gift there, like each other, or kind of rummage through or try to find like a heart-themed coffee cup because they're there. Just do something fun and tacky like that. And 49 cents for a coffee cup plus tax, you're not paying buku bucks there, but it's fun. It's all about the hunt. And if you have a little extra money, number 9 would be you can go to a matinee movie because those are always cheaper than going later on in the day. And of course, you didn't hear this from me, but you can sneak in your own snacks, drinks. Do it all the time because I'm not paying for snacks. It's just too expensive. Number 10, cheap bowling. I know locally here on Sunday, if you go, it's only like $1.25 per game by a certain time, like sometime to noon. And you can, so $1.25 per game, pending however many games, and plus your shoe rental, which I'm not even sure how much that runs. I haven't been bowling in a really long time, but that's also a cheap, fun option. I mean, you can get competitive. And again, these are options that you can do with anybody. Number 11, cook a meal together. Instead of going out and waiting 2 or 3 hours for a freaking seat, unless you've reserved it, and pay buku bucks for rush dinner service, just, pick a meal and cook it at home together because that's fun time. If you're a couple, it can be an intimate time, bonding. If you're friends, what a great way to have a glass of wine and chat away and just get caught up. Number 12 would be pending weather. Here it's cold right now, so I'm not going for a walk in the park, but depending on where you live, you could easily just go for a nice walk. It's relaxing. It's great exercise. Number 13, if you're hanging out with your girlfriends or even your significant other, you can do a at-home spa day. You can buy really $2 or $3 mask at your local drugstore. You could do your nails, your toenails, or whatever you wanted to do. Hang out again, relax, but turn your phone off. That's like some of the biggest stressors that we have in life. We're all connected to each other all the time, 24/7. Turn the ringer off, relax, enjoy, take the 10 minutes for the facial mask and just be like, I'm not talking to anybody for these next 10 minutes. I'm just going to sit here, chat with my girlfriends or whoever, and just enjoy this moment in life. And let's see. And also number 14, go on February 15th. The stuff is going to be like 50% off. If you really want that big box of heart chocolates or whatever it is. And I know this is an extra added item, but don't forget your babies, your fur babies, or, your human children too. But I have a lot of fur babies and I really enjoy, and I know this is gimmicky and this is where they're pulling me in and I'm like corporate flowers and this and that. But the pet store company, they know what they're doing. They have these little holiday shaped cookies And, you know, they always themed, it doesn't matter what the holiday is. So right now they have Valentines and little sayings and little hearts. And so I always get pulled into that. And I think, oh, well, yeah, my babies will want that because on February 14th, they're going to know if they don't get a dog bakery cookie. So I'm always sucked into that. So don't feel bad if you've already ordered the flowers and all that expensive stuff. This is just ideas, just, you know, cheap on a budget. And again, these are not only for Valentine's Day. You can do these anytime, really. And if you have human kids, you know, I can remember as a kid, my mom would buy me little trinkets. Like, I actually still have a couple today, but one was like a little pencil sharpener, was like a little snow globe, and it had like a little cat with a heart in it. I mean, that was just a keepsake that I always kept, but like every year it would just be something small and inexpensive. It, you know, it wasn't anything huge, but again, simple things in life mean the most to people. It's more heartfelt. You know, I mean, you can go for the corporate thing anytime. You know, you'll have to excuse me for the pet cookies, but hey, I'm a mom too. So I hope that you found this list enjoyable or funny, and let me know some of your cheap Valentine's Day ideas or what you guys are going to be doing. I myself, we're just waiting for the weekend, and we're going to go do that wine tasting. That's what we're doing. The wine tasting, and probably Arby's, 2 for $8.99, and maybe some bowling on Sunday. We're just going to live it up, be wild. But let me know what your plans are and what you do. And even if it's outlandish, I want to know too. Everybody deserves to be spoiled too. So if you're into those things, I'm not going to knock you. It's perfectly fine. So I feel like I've rambled on enough here in this video. Please like and subscribe and comment. I could really use the help here. And if you know of anybody that you think might like my videos, please ask them to subscribe to them. And until next time, everyone, I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day, and peace, love, and hugs.